More spiritual progress can be made in one short moment of speechless silence in the awesome presence of God than in years of mere study. A. W. Tozer. You don't represent God by proving anything. You represent God by being aligned. God is not represented through words first, but through presence. Here's how it naturally shows itself: by how you show up. You become steady instead of reactive, gentle instead of forceful, honest instead of impressive. People feel calmer around you not because you try to help, but because you're at peace. 2. By how you love. You listen without fixing. You forgive without keeping score. You give without needing recognition. Love flows through you, not from you. 3. By how you respond. When life presses you, you pause. When challenged, you soften. When uncertain, you trust. Your responses reflect faith more than your explanations ever could. 4. By your humility. You don't claim authority over others. You don't separate yourself as more spiritual. You let life teach you publicly. God is represented most clearly through humble vessels. 5. By your authenticity. You don't pretend to be perfect. You allow your humanity to be seen. You let grace do the work ego used to do. Truth lived quietly is louder than truth preached loudly. 6. By your alignment. Your actions match your inner knowing. Your words match your heart. And your life matches love. Not flawlessly, sincerely. And perhaps the simplest truth is this: you don't represent God by standing in front of people. You represent God by standing with them. When you live as peace, patience, compassion, trust, and presence, you are not speaking about God. You are allowing God to be seen. How I represent God. Rhyming poem. I represent God by the way that I stand, not forcing belief, just offering a hand. By choosing my calm when the world feels loud, by walking in trust, not chasing the crowd. I represent God in the pause before speech, in listening deeply and staying in reach, in kindness that flows without keeping a score, in loving with less and forgiving with more. I don't prove the truth, I let the truth be seen, in how I respond and where I lean. I don't rush the moment or fight what is. I rest in the now. This presence is His. I move without fear. I soften my tone. I know I'm held. I was never alone. Through patience and peace, through grace under strain, love speaks through my life again and again. I don't stand above. I walk side by side, with God as my source and love as my guide. I let my life rhyme with what holy and true. I represent God by being me and letting Him move.